And number 29, Jack. Line for Peninsula Power this evening, number 15, Enchirello, number 17, Jason Quasar, number 1, Jordan Cattell, number 4, Joseph Hitchcock, 7, Kane Gibbs, 12, Matt Lundy, 6, Michael McGowan, 10, Nia Joseph, 14, Raphael Volado, 2, Reece Gray, 18, Reece Messina. Substitutes number 16, Blake Melanie, 13, Ryan Dasman, 9, Mike Flemington, 3, Nicholas Turner, 20, Clean Redford, and 22, Caden Turner. This is the Kappa Pro Series quarter-final between Peninsula Power and the Brisbane Strikers.
Hello and welcome to the FQTV's coverage of the Kappa Pro Series quarterfinals. This is the Peninsula Power against the Brisbane Strikers. Only 8 teams are left, and these two will both have their eyes going all the way. My name is Josh Schonefinger. I'll be bringing you all the action from AJ Kelly Park tonight. As we have a look at the two teams lining up here ahead of what is set to be a cracking match. Let's run through the Peninsula Power side first of all. Obviously, they're coming 5th in the NPL at the minute and had a win over the Brisbane Raw over the weekend. They've got Thurtell down in goals. Gray, McGowan, Mundy and Ale across the back 4. Hitchcock and Gibbs take up the centre midfield positions. Messina and Velado will be in the attacking midfielder positions. And then, of course, Joseph and Kwase up forward, looking to get those goals. For the Brisbane Strikers, who are currently 1st in the Queensland Premier League, while they've got a few outs, their schedule has been pretty chock-a-block at the minute, so they're missing a few of their first choice players. Chaglassian is in goals, 3 defenders, Harrison, Sanford Bell and Knight. Knight is going to be the stand-in skipper tonight in the absence of regular captain Matt Thurtell. 4 across the midfield, Hine, Poor, Hamill and Pickett. And then 3 up front, Champness, Grana and Nesval will be looking to score for the Strikers, who are in their yellow today. Of course, we've got Peninsula Power in the blue. And it looks to be an exciting match here. With the winds, as you can see, pretty high here tonight at AJ Kelly Park. Let's just see what sort of an impact that has on the scores tonight. Peninsula Power kicking to the right of screen, but it's going to be the Brisbane Strikers to take the kickoff and get us underway. The Strikers, they had a match on Saturday in the Queensland Premier League. 4-1 winners over Kappa. Goals to Coulston, Worthington, Thurtell and Nesval. Of course, 3 of those players not here tonight as they look to prioritise perhaps another good position in the Queensland Premier League. But of course, they're one of only 2 Queensland Premier League sides left in this competition, the Kappa Pro Series. So they'll be flying the flag, that is for sure. All in readiness now for the referee's whistle. And it's an early intercept for the Power. We've got Hitchcock looking to advance. Back to Gibbs, and they go all the way back. So a nice start here, a bit of possession football to get the ball rolling for the Power here. Looking to work their way out of defence now. McGowan, the captain, he's had another great season. No push there, yes, no advantage given. So early free kick here for the Power. As we've said, the Power, they had a win on the weekend and they're 5th in the NPL at the minute under coach Aaron Phillip. 3rd last season and looking to string a few wins together here. The Kappa Pro Series has been perfect so far. 5 wins from 5 games. They topped Pool B to qualify for this match, the quarter-final. And we'll see their fellow Pool B side, Sunny Coast Wanderers, in action tomorrow night. They play Lions FC. Long ball now from Thurtell, looking to get it over the back of the Brisbane Strikers defence. Can't do it though. Wide ball now. First real attack for the Strikers, who are in their stripes tonight, but it's a little too wide there for Nesval, and it's going to be Ale to bring the ball back into play. Throw is good, but off the Power. So back in Strikers' hands now. Long throw, that doesn't quite work. And all the play so far in that corner of the ground, but that's a lovely touch. Lovely touch there. Getting the ball forward, but the follow-up isn't quite right. Now Knight, who, as I said, stand-in captain tonight for the Strikers. Several of their first choice team are out. As we have a look at a good run here from Champness, gets inside the box. Is there any support? No, there's not. But it's good defending there on the last line by the Power, and it's going to be a corner. But well played by Velado, who got back in time to make sure that there would be no penalty. So yes, those outs tonight for the Strikers, well, of the first choice players. Let's just run through some of the names. Coulson, Worthington, Booth, Ueno, Green, and of course their captain Matt Thurtell, all not here tonight. Their schedule's been pretty heavy as this is whipped in, front post, and it's through! Early goal, and the Strikers have the lead in the 4th minute. What a goal and what a head. Fantastic finish. And against the run of play, you'd have to say, the Strikers have an early goal.
Best goal of the match to the Brisbane Strikers.
Well, the corner was perfect. And yeah, the finish from the head was just as good. Excellent start there from the Strikers, and they've got the first. How do the Power respond? They've scored plenty of goals this season all year, the Power, so they've got plenty of firepower, we know that. What do they have in the kit bag now? Playing out from the back, Mundy. Heads wide to Gray. Maybe an attack down the right. Oh, good turn there from Hitchcock. Can he come inside? No, not quite. Still has the ball though. Nice touch. And back to Gray. Who can he find? He's got Messina in the middle. Arle's wide. Off his left. Headed back in the wrong direction though. Possession is retained though. Gibbs, back to Ale. Now Messina. Back to Messina, turns. Can he find Makwase? He's got Joseph in the middle, back to Messina. Shot on goal, good save. Was it offside? I think maybe he just slipped out of position there. But the Power, a positive sign there. Glacian in goal tonight for the Strikers. Gets a long ball forward and it's out of play. So here's Mundy from the back again. Power trying to get back into this game here. Early goal if you've just joined us. The Strikers took the lead from a set piece in the 4th minute. Nice play. Nice play. It was Hine with the header. And yeah, perhaps a bit unexpected, but the Strikers 1-0 up early days in this Kappa Pro Series quarter-final. Long ball by McGowan looking for Gray. No luck though. Velado picks up, and that's a nice looking ball. Just a little too heavy there. At the back post, but runs out for a goal kick. And now Champness is trying to get onto a long ball, but it's picked off there by Thurtell. Gray down the right. Got Velado inside, doesn't want to go there, wants to go long instead. No luck though. Hitchcock. Now Ale. Back inside the Gibbs. Tries to step his opponent, can't do it though. Good defending. Very good defending and still going. And a free kick. Eventually Pickett did well there for the Strikers and wins the free kick. So yeah, goal scoring hasn't been any issues, especially in this competition for the Peninsula Power. 6 goals they got against Sunshine Coast, 5 goals against Kappa. Whatever they got in stocks here. Pickett worked off him, and free kick 1. Nice play, Hitchcock. Where does he go? He has to go backwards. Forced back behind. So Thurtell can reset. Inside. Ball 1. Strikers potentially with another chance here. Inside behind. Now onto the right. Pickett. It's not a great delivery and it's easily cut out. But the Strikers can go again. Here's Hine. Flicked over. Hitchcock tries to deal with it with his knees. Does well. Just does enough. Comes back in. But now the Power are out of danger. Joseph does well. Now here's Gibbs. Velado. Quite defensive. But now he gets a chance to push up as Gray takes it and hits it back to his centre backs. They've had plenty of the ball already, those two, and they will for the whole night. Key distributors for this team. Hitchcock weighing up his options. Goes wide, but Pickett can't control the ball. And Ale is going to bring it in pretty quickly as well with that quick throw. McGowan. Mundy. So the Strikers setting up well behind the ball at the minute. No obvious answers or no obvious ways through for the Power. Good attack there from Hamill, and this ball has gone out of play. Got perhaps a little injury there to Messina, so we'll keep an eye on that. Gray cuts inside it and then goes all the way back. Strikers won't mind this though, their early 1-goal lead. Now Makwase goes wide and Pickett picks it off once again. But ball stays in play. And Velado goes straight down the guts. This is a good ball. Cut back, doesn't quite work though. Picked off by Sanford Bell and booted out of there. The Power aren't done here yet though. Messina can inside, yes he can, but again, good defence. These Strikers are well set up. Here's Messina. Very, very wide now. Gray's there. Cuts inside. Can he get inside the box? He can. But Hitchcock has to retreat, and they're going to be a bit patient here now. Gray gets there. Ahead of Harrison. Low, nice shot there from Gray on his left foot, but not quite going to penetrate. Chaglassian in goal. It's a nice little run though, wasn't it? Strikers finally get their feet on the ball. And that's a nice touch as well, down the right. Pickett's got some space. It's a long ball in, but far too long. And Thurtell easily collects. And the Power are away again. Every time Thurtell's grabbed the ball tonight, he's been very eager to move it on. Long ball wide. In quite an advanced position now. That's a lovely ball. Comes inside to Messina. Stops and props. Has a shot. Great save. Chaglassian did really well there. That looked like it may have been bound for the top corner. But he stuck up one hand and parried it over. Beautiful play. First corner of the night to the Power. Let's see if they can have the same immediate success that the Strikers had in the 4th minute. Just a bit too short on that corner and easily headed away. But here comes the pressure. The high press is on now for the Power. Nice touch there though. Just can't eventuate. Wide ball. Ole's got some space. Left, right. Which way does he go? Back to Velado. Cut out, and here's Grunner. Long ball. Champness. He's got some space. 1-on-1. Which way does he go? Wants his left foot. Inside. Thurtell does well. Really well. Attacked. Cut down the angle. And now the Power are off again in no time. Nice play though there by the Strikers and Champness in particular. You just feel like counter-attack might be their best bet if they're going to double this lead here. They seem pretty happy to take a bit of pressure here and just sit back and let the Power do the attacking. As Gray goes inside. Velado, very wide and very accurate. Ale doesn't go for the early cross. Instead, back to Hitchcock. And now McGowan. Class A. No free. And the run is on. Here go the Strikers. Grunner's in the middle. Can he find him? He can. 1-on-1. Oh, he just couldn't find the ball at his feet. And a missed opportunity there for the Strikers. You can see it was a wonderful ball in. Sort of got a bit tangled. And the Power get away with one there. It's an end-to-end game so far. Great viewing for the neutrals. We've got another quarter-final on tonight. Gold Coast United, who topped Pool C. They're taking on Brisbane Roar from Pool D. So we'll be eager to keep our eyes across that one as well. As this is a long ball and it finds Ale. He's had a lot of it so far. Blocked by Pickett though. That's been a fascinating battle so far. Sure it will continue to be all night. Here's Gibbs. Hitchcock. Back to Gibbs. Oh, nice turn. Gibbs, what can he do? He's inside the box. No foul, good defence. And the Strikers repel another one for now. The only other Queensland Premier League side left in the competition are the Rochdale Rovers. They play Moreton City Excelsior tomorrow night as well. And so far it's been a great start for the Strikers. Can Champness get there ahead of his opponent? No. No, he can't. Tell a long way out of his area, but that doesn't seem to matter much these days. Now wide. Oh, and that's called out of play. Looked close, but the Lions person was right in position. So we'll definitely take their word for it. Brought back in. Champness misses it though. Now Mundy cuts inside. Oh, the centre back going for a bit of a run. But he was talked out of it pretty quickly. And McGowan. Goes to Gray. High, long cross. Easy. Easy for Chaglasin to take that. He bowls it out there to Harrison. Long ball. But too long. Too long in the end for Nesval. And Gray's going forward once again. He's got Gibbs wide, who he uses. Oh, but that's really strong defence from Knight. Made sure Gibbs was not getting through with the ball or without it. The Strikers now have a chance to build something. Haven't had too much possession in this game, but that won't matter to them too much. As long as they can be efficient with it. They've got a lot of under 23 players in tonight. As mentioned, a lot of their first team are out. Sometimes the innocence of youth can be a good thing, as that's some good defence there from Sanford Bell. He's one of those under 23 guys who's come into the side. Power get another corner here. Long ball in, Hitchcock heads, and Hitchcock goals. Well, that's a sensational finish from the midfielder. It was a lovely ball. One arm up was the signal. Hitchcock was at the front post, and he was unmarked in the end. No one went up with him. So all square at AJ Kelly Park. And the local crowd love it. Man Bun didn't get in the way. It was all forehead. Chaglassian did get a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. And so in the 22nd minute, the equaliser to the Power. How does that change the approach of the Strikers? Headed on by Harrison, but goes nowhere. Inside, here's the goal scorer, Hitchcock. Playing with a bit more confidence now in wide to Ale, who's got some space. He's got some blue shirts running forward. He takes on Pickett. Left foot. Kwase turns, can't get it away. And cleared, but only momentarily as Gray looks. Inside. Now Messina. Messina turns. And has to turn back. Power though, they've got a bit more time now. I think they'll all take a deep breath and reload. Here's Gray. Nice footwork from him. The shot from Messina is blocked. Now Gibbs can have a look. But there are so many bodies between he and the goals. They've used their wings really diligently so far tonight. Inside. Oh, here's a chance for Joseph. The shot's blocked. Chance isn't over though. Inside comes Gray, and I think Chaglassian got a hand to that. Nice work by Pickett, who steals the ball off Ale. Ale does well to at least neutralise it, and Knight clears it. But it's going to come back again. This side, they are relentless. Over the top, but not quite. And we can reset once again. Just past the halfway mark of the first half. It's been end-to-end stuff, mainly at the Peninsula power end, let's say, but certainly chances created by the strikers as well. Now Gray. What can he find? Chooses to go back to Velado and back to Hitchcock. And all the way back to McGowan. Now a wide ball to Gray. Good cross in, is it? Punched by Chaglassian. Kwase and Gibbs were in there, just too close to the keeper. Lovely little ball from Velado, but into open space. The two-way communication just wasn't quite there for that one. Strikers, they have the ball in a good spot here now. Goes wide. Here's a chance. Inside. Not sure who that cross was directed to, but gives the Power another go. There's a definite tuck of the shirt there. And a professional free kick given away. However, the Power are keen to get it moving quickly, as has been the case all night. Kwase goes wide. Now Gray. Back inside. Does he use his left? No, he doesn't. They use the left side of the pitch instead. Now Hitchcock. Just looking for the way through. So far, both goals from corners. Nothing from open play just yet. Defense from both sides has been pretty good, you'd have to say. A lot of block shots. This one comes in. Oh, that's a good low header. Good commitment from Harrison to make sure that ball stayed out of the box. Goes long. There's a chance potentially for the strikers. Grana goes down. What happened there? I think we may have just missed it, but it's going to be a yellow card. Our first of the night. And it's going to be against the captain, McGowan. So he's in the book, first one of the night. Just too heavy a touch there from Pickett. Ball rolls out for a goal kick. So on Saturday, the Power had a 4-1 win over the Brisbane Roar in the NPL, taking them up to 5th on the table. Goals to Makwase, Hitchcock, Gibbs and Joseph. All 4 of those starting tonight as well. Of course, Hitchcock tonight with that header. It's his second goal in as many games. Only 4 days apart too, so in fine form in finding the back of the net at the minute. Joseph Hitchcock. It's Velado. All the way back to McGowan. Really good pressure here. The strikers want to show that they too can press when they want to. There's Val. He scored the opener for the strikers in the 4th minute. And he too scored last week, or on the weekend I should say. Hitchcock cuts it out. And this is going to be a striker's throw in. Okay, so chance now for the team in the yellow and blue stripes. Nesval cuts it back nicely. Champness on the head. Flicked over. Just cleared out of there from Gray. Hine couldn't quite control it. And Gray has time and space. Will he be pressured? No. Yes, Champness comes in. And does it to good effect because that ball flies into touch. And it's going to be a striker's throw in just about on the halfway mark. Poor. Comes back. Harrison. Back out wide to Hine. Harrison. A little uncomfortable there, but does well. Sanford Bell. All slipped over in the middle. Poor. Sorry, it was Hamill. Pushed aside by Hitchcock. Now what can the Power find? Gibbs. Back inside. Champness does well to clean up though. And crisis averted there for the meantime. Oh, nice cut inside there by Hine. Gets it to Grana, but the ball rolls on just a little too far for him. And Mundy cleans up. Turtel with that thumping left boot. Hits it in the direction of his forwards. Now Makwase has a run on. Was that a foul? A referee said no. Now the strikers can go back the other way. They've got Pickett here, who does well to hold the ball. Can he find a teammate? No, not on that occasion. And it's back at the feet of the blue shirts. And Gibbs, sorry, Gray, who's had so much of the ball tonight so far. Can't do anything there with it. Here's Hine. Comes inside, Grana. Good defense from McGowan, really well positioned. Maybe the ball wasn't perfect, but he did really well. Now Velado. On that left. To Gibbs. To Ale. 3 blue shirts in the middle. Goes for the dinky chip. Gibbs can't grab it. Hamill boots it out of there before Hitchcock gets another chance. Through the legs of the ref. Class A goes wider. Now Hitchcock. Not a bad looking ball. But Sanford Bell does well to get it out of play. And there's only a touch over 10 minutes left in this first half. It's been fascinating viewing. Strikers look like they might be ready for the halftime whistle. Standing well back at the minute, inviting the pressure. McGowan. Back to Hitchcock, the goal scorer. Wide to Mundy. Gibbs trying to direct traffic with his hands. Wants Gray, who gets it. Bit of over and under, but cleared by Harrison. Does well. Threat not over. Hamill steps on the ball, gets it out of there, and does pretty well in the end because blue shirts were circling. LA flicks it on quickly to Makwase. He's had plenty of attention all night whenever he's been near the ball. Fair enough too. This is hit wider. Gibbs is wide. Off the shoulder of Champness, so no foul. Oh, nice little touch there from Hine. And it's going to be a striker's ball. Flicked over. Messina. LA's got some space. First time touch. Over the top of the crossbar. And safely away for a goal kick. This is the quarterfinals of the Kappa Pro Series. You're watching it on FQTV. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Just a reminder that, yes, the Gold Coast United play Brisbane Raw in the other match tonight, and then there's 2 more matches to round out the quarterfinals tomorrow. Lions FC against Sunny Coast Wanderers and Rochdale Rovers against Moreton City. All that action can be caught on the FQTV YouTube channel, of course. Champness puts the ball through. Here's Nesval across the face. Paul can't get there. Who's at the back post? It's Hine. Oh, was that a handball? It is! It's a penalty! The referee deemed that the hands were out of an unnatural position. Let's have a look at the replay. Gray cannot believe it. And yeah, I think he's made the right call there. That left hand was away from the body and clearly inside the box, so it's a no-brainer. It's going to be a penalty. And the Strikers, for the second time tonight, have a great chance to take the lead. Gray furious with the decision, but according to the replay, you'd have to say it was the right one. So Nesval, he headed through the first of the match. He's got a chance to have a brace to his name. And calmly put away. The Strikers are 2-1 up. Little stutter step, but always in control. Into the bottom left corner. He sent Thurtell the wrong way. And Nesval has a first half brace against the NPL side, Peninsula Power. We've only got a touch under 9 minutes of regular time left in the first half. Gray immediately looking to make amends. After conceding that penalty, you wouldn't necessarily say it was his fault that it was a penalty, but yeah, his hand was just away from the body and it was a handball. He's Champness now. Loves using that left foot. Sends Hamill further forward, but he has to go back as well. Now flicked over. Mundy deals with that pretty comfortably. Gibbs flicks it on. Almost through to Joseph. There's Messina, but Joseph is in an offside position, so no good him touching the ball. He can now, though. Here's Makwase. His touch lets him down there. Can he cut back? He's got 2 on him. The 2 do pretty well. Send it back to Velado. And all the way back to Hitchcock. McGowan currently has the only yellow card of the match. Now Ale. That's been a great little battle with Pickett out there on that left side. Makwase, where does he go? Step over. Back post. No one there. Goal kick. There's been plenty of that so far tonight for the Power. They've gone wide a lot. They've crossed a lot. But from regular play, they haven't been able to connect with too much. Of course, their goal came from a corner in the 22nd minute. But that aside, they just haven't found that missing piece in the final third so far. Harrison. Very wide to Champness. Is he onside? He is. But his touch lets him down and great as well. Goal kick. So the strikers continuing to ask questions late in this first half. Power will be desperate to get back on level pegging before the referee's whistle blows. Zertel goes long, but it's not accurate. Chested down well here, though, by Messina. Go to now, though. The Strikers' defence, it's been pretty resolute tonight. Very well structured. No obvious gaps. And let's see how well it holds up for the rest of the night. But Pickett picks the pocket of Ale once again. Gets it down the line. Keeps it in fact. Really nice play. Nesval, who's got a couple of goals, wins a good amount of territory for his side. And the throw-in. Really good play there from the right-hand side striker. He's the target once again, and why not? Everything's working for him at the minute. Comes inside. Where's the support? Not quite there. This ball could go anywhere. Here's Grunner. Can he get it back? He does. All the way back to Hine on his right. Cleared off by Mundy, who does well. That was another chance. But Harrison's got it now. And Champness. Comes all the way inside to Ethan Paul. Good cutout by Gray, who does just enough because Hine was circling at the back there. 41 minutes complete here at AJ Kelly Park. Lots of action in tonight's Kappa Pro Series quarter-final. Makwase, he's got some space here. He hasn't had much of that tonight. Gibbs' touch is no good. Opportunity missed. Velado. Now Waitale. Velado. Hitchcock. Ball won by Nesval. Grunner's on a run. He's got some space. Does Mundy cut him off? He goes for the long shot over the top. Whew. That'll happen pretty quickly. He's got some pace about him, doesn't he? Alex Grunner. Scored against the Lions in that Kappa Pro Series match. But that was over the top by just enough as this ball flies out on the left-hand side touch. So yeah, the Strikers lost in their final pool match against the Lions FC in the Kappa Pro Series, but the one goal was Grana. 6-1 they lost that match to that NPL side, but yeah, their schedule has not been kind on them so far, despite falling out of the Queensland Cup on April 30th to Redlands 3-1. The Peninsula Power are still in that competition. In fact, Queensland Cup, they're in the quarterfinals, which will be on June 14. They've got Marlin Coast Rangers. So a couple of quarterfinals in a couple of weeks for Peninsula Power. That, of course, will also be on FQTV. You won't have to miss a moment on their YouTube channel there. Arle's got the ball wide now. Pickett gets it off him again, and Arle wins it back again. Inside the box. Little left foot inside, but it doesn't go anywhere. And it's another repelled attack. The Power have made it inside the strikers area on a few occasions, but there have been no real clear-cut chances, you'd have to say. Pickett does well. Power have a throw in though. Here's Velado. Comes inside. Back to Ale. McGowan. Velado. Turns around. That's a nice ball. Cleared. Only one thing on the mind of the last line of defence for the strikers at the minute, and that's get the ball out of there. Fair enough too, with only a minute of regular time left in the first half. You might imagine there would be a couple of minutes of added time. But so far the strikers would be by far the happier side of the two. A brace to Nesval, whereas Hitchcock has the sole goal for the Power at the minute. That's a free kick. Yep, that battle. It's been physical at times between Ale and Pickett, but on that occasion I have to say it was just enough in it. Power go wide now to Gray. On his right, back post over the top. Not a bad delivery, just a little bit too much on it. We're into added time now. McGowan tries to find McClyse, but it's no good. And the strikers keeping the Power at bay just for the minute. Gibbs, oh, nice sliding challenge from Knight, who's been really good there so far tonight. Velado now. Mundy. Back to Velado. Here's Hitchcock. Top of the D. Goes wide to Gray. No one out there with him. Cuts inside. On his left. Velado turns. But turns into trouble. And cleared comfortably to take us to half-time. So there you go, AJ Kelly Park. After the first half, we've got the Peninsula Power 1 playing with the Brisbane Strikers 2. A brace to Matt Nesval has got the Strikers the lead, and the Peninsula Power, their only goal has come from Jose Hitchcock in the 22nd minute.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave. We had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard. We were all over each other. We drove lights off so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school when I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School. One of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yachin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock and I broke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I started the course, obviously, that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, the biggest thing is we have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there, we need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing and it changed my life. I really enjoy it and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I had my friends, Nat and others were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day racing on this beach? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, maybe.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard. And I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years. And then after that, I won the referee of the year in Darling Downs. And I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me. And obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust. And I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunity that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have. And I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard, but you have to work hard for it. Don't give up no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself, take opportunities and do it. Because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it, I know I can do it, I know others can do it as well.
was there across the face, and there is Claire Polkinghorne to jam it over the line.
Who is the hardworking person?
He wants to lead off.
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Extraordinary
Welcome back to AJ Kelly Park for the second half of this Kappa Pro Series quarter-final between the Peninsula Power and the Brisbane Strikers. My name is Josh Shonafinger. Thanks for your company tonight on FQTV, streaming right around Australia and around the world on YouTube. So far, the Strikers have taken the lead thanks to a first half brace to Matt Nesval, a header from a corner in the first 4 minutes of the game, before he converted a penalty in the 34th minute after a handball just inside the box. The Power, they did equalise things in the 22nd minute thanks to a Jose Hitchcock header, also from a corner. But the Strikers were able to take the lead once again and hold that 1-goal lead as we enter the second 45. It's been a long time since either of these sides have played the Kappa Pro Series. April 17 and April 16 were the most recent fixtures in this competition, but it doesn't mean they haven't been playing plenty of football. Both sides got a win on the weekend just gone in their respective leagues. Peninsula Power defeating the Brisbane Roar 4-1 in the NPL, and the Strikers beating Kappa 4-1 in the Queensland Premier League. Okay, looks like everything is ready to go for the second half. Just once we get our subs and coaches in position and our linesmen and women ready to go, and our central defenders as well, as Matthew Mundy's just a late inclusion onto the pitch. It starts with a long deep ball from the captain McGowan, which works to a degree as Harrison nods it over. Haven't been alerted of any substitutions so far, but as we learn of them, we will definitely share that with you. As I mentioned in the first half, the Power have been one of the highest scoring teams in this competition. 5 matches and 5 wins so far. And they've scored at least 2 goals in every game, including a 6 and a 5. So they know how to find the back of the net. Paul gets rid of it from defence, but it lands at the feet of McGowan. And now that Arley and Pickett battle can resume on the commentary side, which will be good. Champness does well to get an intercept there, and Paul sends it in the path of Nesval, who's looking for a third. Now Pickett's overlapped. He gets it in. It's a good ball into. Rising was Grana, but just couldn't get the connection he was after. And the Power are away right away. Here's Joseph, who didn't find a lot of the ball in the first half, but plenty of time for a striker to make amends. Don't need long to have a big impact on the game. Lovely little touch in from Messina, but there were no runners. And Chaglassian, who's been good in goal tonight, can pick it up. Pulled off a memorable save in the early stages of the first half to deny Joseph. And Mundy, who was last out of the change rooms, gets his first touch of the second half. Joseph to Gibbs. Gallardo, it evades him. Champness, long down the line. Here's the runner, Grana. Can't control it. And those two ever-reliable central defenders, Mundy and McGowan, will work it out and clear it out. But really promising signs here from the Strikers so far to begin this second half. Gray, who had a lot of work to do in the first half, starting the second in the same fashion. Harrison doesn't want to muck around with it down there and gets rid of it. Hitchcock now. Back to Gray. Lovely looping cross, but it's too close to the gloves of Chaglashian. He'll be happy to eat up a few seconds and retain possession as he sends Hine on his way. Little dinky ball over, but Champness wasn't aware to it. Now Gibbs, forward of the ball. Makwase, Joseph, at the back. Deflection. I think Knight just got a foot in there, so we might have a corner kick. First of the second half. Nice little link-up play between the two power strikers there. But equally good defence from the stand-in skipper tonight, Sam Knight. Matt Thurtell, he's not playing tonight. The Strikers play again on Friday. They've got Southside Eagles. So keeping a few of their big guns rested for that. Out the back, here's Joseph off the left. It was just never online. He may have even had a bit more time than he thought there. He was totally unmarked. Dangerous to leave a man like him all alone at a set piece. But the Strikers aren't punished. Put out a play there by Hamill. Yeah, so the Strikers, after they played on Saturday, they've got this Tuesday night fixture and then again on Friday. So 3 games in 6 matches. Sorry, 3 games in 6 days. It's a heavy workload, and therefore that explains why some of their more regular starters aren't here tonight. It's all about player management at this stage of the season. They're currently first in the Queensland Premier League, so obviously they want to ensure that that form line continues. Now Gray, he's come across all the way to the left-hand side to take this. Who's he got his eyes on in the middle? High ball, Chaglashian rises and beats the head of Mundy, who goes in to console or perhaps apologise. But a fair contest. Maybe got a stray elbow there. Didn't look too deliberate though. Gonna have a short stoppage here as Chaglashian just gathers himself. Ryan Mudalia, he's of course the keeper. He's warming the bench tonight. They're number 1. Coach Kevin Ahern-Evans, he's decided that he gets a rest. And Chaglashian's been good so far tonight. Nale goes without the ball, but manages to pick it up. That Thurtell ball, though, goes nowhere. Hamill over the top. Is Grunner onside? He is, but it's too long for him. Now the power can go back the other way. Gee, was that a missed opportunity? Onto the right side, Gibbs. Another blocked cross, and we're going to have another corner here. It did look offside to the naked eye, but the ball from Hamill was just too heavy for Grana. Gray goes wide. Velado with a long shot. And it's a good shot, but it's a good save from Chaglashian, who looks like he's fully recovered from that little accidental elbow earlier. But Velado on the left from about 30 yards. It would have been a specky of a goal. not to be. Hamill sits under this, so does Messina. Gibbs, was that a foul? Play on, says the ref. But no one there for the Strikers, so the Power can reset and recharge. McGowan. He was cautioned by the ref in the 27th minute. McGowan is the only player with a yellow card so far tonight. Just has to be a little bit careful now. Quase knocks it back to Gibbs. So to Gray. Now Velado and Hitchcock. So all the midfielders linking up now. Can they find a way through this very, very strong Strikers defence? Gibbs, no way through there. Throw in. Really nice block by Alex Grana. Just come down to help out. Normally a central forward, of course. Doing his bit in defence. And this is very risky cross. The goal sort of manoeuvre there from Pickett. Not quite sure what happened there, but they get away with it, the Strikers. Potentially off the side of his boot. Now Ale. Now Velado. Now McGowan. Stretching the Strikers here, the Power. All the way across to Gray, who cuts back inside. Now down the middle. Hitchcock. Yes, he's got Makwase. Crossing is okay, but not great. As Gray picks it up, though. Ever lively. Couple of step overs. Back to Makwase. Can they get it inside the box here? Hitchcock. Spreads it to the left, but well headed by Pickett. Although Gibbs is there. Can he have a shot or a cross? It's a good ball. Harrison got a toe to it. And it almost went in the direction of his own goals, but good defending in the end. It was a nice little ball there. Well from Gibbs, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, especially from that angle. But Harrison did well. Just to slide across and knock it out for another corner. A third of the half already to the Power. Back post. McGowan's up there, using his height as a target. Gibbs. Down the guts, but again, way too close to the keeper. You can see on the far side there, the interchange warming up. The other side yet to make a change, so which way the managers decide to go could have a huge bearing on the outcome of this match. Hine, Paul, Gibbs does well. Harrison, though, wins it in a scrap. Was there a toe in there? I think there was. What's the referee saying? He's going to have a think about it. While he has a think, let's have a listen. Oh, did he just stamp on the back of his foot there? Was it the Achilles? Stand-in Captain Knight wanting to have a word, but yeah, it's going to be a caution. So I think Reece Gray. It enraged the Strikers bench straight away, and yeah, Knight just making sure that Gray was indeed cautioned there. .58 minutes gone. Another yellow in the book. Thankfully, it looks like Harrison's okay to continue. But it's some more Very important minutes taken out of this game from the striker's point of view. Thurtell does really well because the yellow shirts were getting very close there. Now Hine has the throw. Now the strikers haven't had a throw this deep for most of the night, you'd have to say. Oh, nice turn there by Velado. Kept the foot just low enough, controlled it. And now Gray's got a runner. He doesn't have much to go to though, so he has to turn back. And we're going to start again from Velado. Goes to Ale, who's found himself on the right-hand side now. Hitchcock, low cross. Joseph couldn't get there ahead of Chagalashian. And that's another comfortable collect from the keeper. Delivered out to Hine. Uses his right foot to send it in Champness's direction, but it's got a little bit too much pepper on it. Hitchcock. Back out to Ale. Definitely looks like he's swapped wings now. Looking for Makwase in the middle. Again. Just not linking up like we're used to them seeing here, the Power. Chaglashian getting plenty of time with the ball in his hands at the minute. Like this half, he's had several touches. Here's Poor, does well to control it. Grana now, running at the defence. Who's he got wide? It's Pickett, who goes back inside to Hamill. What can Pickett do here? Loses it. Now Gibbs. Decides to take on Pickett. Uses his pace, does he have enough? No, Pickett does well and cuts him off. Knight. Hamill and back to Pickett, and now a long ball. Picked off by Grana. Now Nesval sends Champness on a run. Mundy's got the ball. Pushed out of the way by Champness. Here's Grana across the face. No one's there. The shot, I think it was a shot. Asking a little bit too much there of Grana. The angle was too tight. And we're going to have a substitution here, I believe. First of the night. And that's the end of the day for Messina, who's done pretty well. He's had a lot of time in the middle. He's going to be replaced here by I believe it's Nick Lythe. Gray now, looking from the left. As Ale's gone over to the right. Just looking to change things up for the Power. And Phillip looking just to shuffle the deck chairs a little bit here. Obviously got a new man into the game. Nice ball in from Velato, but once again, blocked by the strikers, and we're going to have another corner. So 63 minutes in now. 4 corners already this half for the Power, who've done majority of the attacking like they did in the first half. It was Blade Malini who's come on, my apologies, into the midfield. This is a wider looping ball. Well knocked out of there by the strikers. You're going to get a repeat attack here though, the Power. It's Gray back onto that right side. He's switched again with Ale. They're going to keep the wide defenders guessing here. Now here's Malini, the sub. Velato. Knocked inside. Gray, is he offside? Yes, the flag's up. So nice run, but the calculations just weren't quite correct there by the Power. So Blade Malini, yeah, he's come onto the ground for Reece Messina. Wonder when we'll see the Strikers pull the trigger with a sub or two. This is a throw in to the Power. Gray goes on with a long throw. Makwase. Oh, well knocked out of there actually by Sanford Bell, who's been really good. One of the several under 23 players for the Strikers who, yeah, have been given a bit of a promotion today. Their under 23s are also coming first in the Queensland Premier League. So lots of depth at the minute for the Strikers, and what's on display here, isn't it, against the NPL Power. Here's Malini looking to get things happening with some fresh legs, and he wins the wins the throw for his side. Gray looking for an option, and Hitchcock's all alone. Back to Malini, and back to Mundy. Strikers won't mind this. We're 20 minutes into the half, and they still have a 1-goal lead. Malini over the top. Sanford Bell knocks it away though. And Nesval knocks it on further to Grana, who can't control. Paul tries to win it in the middle, but it's in Gibbs' hands now. Into the box. Makwase doesn't need much of a look, off the crossbar. What a shot. Header. Stopped. Pushed away. And off the line. Calls for a free kick or a handball. Nothing doing. Gee, that was excellent stuff from Chaglashian. What a shot from Makwase. This didn't quite work. Joseph looked for the header. Then it was Gibbs who went up for the follow-up. No foul given. And Knight managed to knock it away. Exciting stuff. And brilliant work from the stand-in captain, Sam Knight, who's had a good night tonight. He's done his shirt and his armband proud so far. But we know that their only goal tonight, the Power, came from a corner. This one's heading in the direction of Chaglashian. Knocked away. Mundy's at the back post. Scramble ball. Hitchcock looked for a second. Can't do it. Gray knocks it back into the middle. Sanford Bell with the clearance. Paul almost swings and misses. And Mundy belts it over. Deep breath, everybody. This is exciting stuff. The Power are pressing hard. But so far, the Strikers' defence, and it's a full team defence at the minute, is standing resolute. How about that shot from Jason Makwase? Obviously a bit of a legend in this area, just a few centimetres away from equalising the score here. We're going to see a booking for Sanford Bell here, actually. Yeah, Gibbs looked to attack and he beat him, and then, well, when you grab the shirt like that, yep, it's going to be a free kick, isn't it? Headed from Makwase, just goes across the face and no one's there to follow it up, so another attack is avoided. Apologies, that yellow card, I believe. Mr. Samuel Pickett, not our man back there, Ryland Sanford Bell. So Pickett's in the book. After 67 minutes, we'll have to keep an eye on him now. And that battle with Ale just gets a little bit more intriguing, doesn't it? So offside call here. And Gray wins the ball in the air, but his control just wasn't quite there. That was a little half chance. Again, Chaglashin is just going to be happy to redo the socks, do up the laces, and just use a little bit more time off the clock. We've got 20 minutes remaining of regular time. It's been an enthralling encounter so far. Living up to the pre-match billing, that's for sure. This is an interesting ball here, actually. Mundy didn't really want to take possession. He had to in the end as Grana was bearing down on him. Now Gray. Oh, nice touch by Malini. Velato. Back to Malini. Ale finds Makwasa, who goes on his right. Headed away by Hamill. And again. And now Pickett can clear. McGowan got himself into a bit of a bind there, but did well. Did well enough to get it back to his own keeper. Hitchcock. He's been industrious so far today. Ale is going to be able to go inside. Back to the goal scorer, Hitchcock. And Villado. Ale. This is about as far as they've got for most of the night, the power. Inside Gibbs. High and wide. And way too wide. It's going to be a goal kick. And I think we've got another substitute happening here. All right, Poor. Now we've got some yellow shirts ahead of the ball here. Grana can't control, and there's Val. Has the same fate. Total. Now lots of space here for the power. McGowan happy to go back. In fact, he's demanding a little bit more of his team here, McGowan. A little more movement. Maybe making a few more angles. So far, maybe just a little stagnant. What have they got up their sleeve? Velado's very wide. Trades the ball with Gray. Back to Mundy. Gray and Mundy. Velado's probably looked the most creative of the lot so far, but Malini, who only came on a few minutes ago, he's looked good so far as well. Gray makes his way into the box. Almost fouled by Paul. Velado finds the ball. And McGowan finds Gibbs, who just had a shot. Ale's very, very wide. On his left foot, it's good crossing, but Poor is there in good position. And clears it again, as he's done multiple times tonight, Ethan Poor. But the ball's going to come straight back in through Velado. Finds Hitchcock. Tries to make his way through a wall of players, but it's wide and it's a goal kick. Maybe that's just summing up the Powers' night so far. Plenty of the ball in and around the 20-yard area, but nothing of real consequence beyond that. Too wide there. Cheglashin. I think he hits one of the stewards there who doesn't seem too happy with that. But play is allowed to continue. What's McGowan got? Good challenge. Going the Power's way, and the Strikers team aren't too happy with that. You have to respect the linesman's decision there, though. They're in best position as Velado gets it on to Gibbs, who manages to take it over to Allah. He's got some space, cuts inside on his right. Just didn't get the good connection that he was after. And again, another really good chance is sort of snuffed out. We're into the 75th, almost 76th minute of this match. And so far, looks like we might see another NPL side toppled, but of course, there's still 15 minutes to go. That's a lot of football to play. Still a few more twists and turns in this one, I'd imagine. That's a lovely ball. Finds Velado, who immediately gives it on to Gray, who gets it back and finds Gibbs, who's come up the ground a bit to get back into the play. Gray cuts inside, nice turn. Makwase gets it on, who's there? Cleared by Knight. He's had a really good evening. Mundy. Down the right again. Whipped in, Harrison headed away. Grana almost gets the ball. Definitely tuck of the shirt. It's going to be advantage, I imagine, here from the referee. Oh, Hitchcock's held up well by Knight. And the clearance is a little scrappy from Cheglashin, but it might work as Hamill can send Nesval on his way, but asking far too much of the striker. 2 goals in the first half. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in the second so far. Perhaps Hamill just trying to get his teammate into the game there. Hine will go all the way back. And Cheglashin with a low, hard ball. Doesn't find a teammate though. Now Hitchcock. Okay, onto the box. Here's Makwase. Back to Hitchcock. Wider still to Gray. Will he whip it in? He's inside the box. Hitchcock, top of the D. Doesn't really look goalward. Turns around. Happy to be patient. And here's Gray again. Here's the cross. Cheglashin punched over. Good ball. Asking some real questions now. Yeah, it's good from Hitchcock. He didn't want to waste it. He was waiting for the right decision, and Makwase was at the back post. Another good save though by Cheglashin, who's been very solid back there on the last line for the Brisbane Strikers. Back post. Nodded away by Harrison, and we're going to have back-to-back corners for the Power. They've had 7 in this half now. 9 for the match. The Strikers just the 1, but they did score from their 1, so 100% success rate there for the Strikers. One arm up by Gray. It's an outswinger. Hitchcock's there, off the hand, I think. Yes. Referee wasn't going to miss that. Ball bounced back up, and Hitchcock's arm just got in the way. Not the first time we've seen a handball by a Peninsula player inside the box tonight. Of course, the first one, it was Reece Gray at the same end of the ground, but in the first half, conceding the penalty in the 34th minute, which Matt Nesval comfortably put away into the bottom left corner to give the Strikers the lead. Now that's a lovely ball. Champness is over the back, but he had a quick glance to the sideline, so I think he may have been in an offside position. Right, we are almost into the final 10 minutes. That's a lovely ball. Gibbs has got some space. Can he find his way into the box? He can. Pickett's there with company and cleared very well. And the very no-nonsense clearance there from Sanford Valley. Wasn't going to take any risks with that. So yeah, as we approach the final 10 minutes, what changes do we see? Do we see any? Do we need a formation change for the Peninsula Power? Gray goes wide again. Now Gibbs. He's got some space inside the box. Back to Ale. Flicked over. Joseph can't control the head, and he's actually offside. Much to the relief of the Strikers, but the header was going nowhere anyway. Ten minutes to go. Strikers yet to make a substitute. I think we might get one now. Let's have a look to the sidelines. Yeah, we've got Ale coming off. He's had a good shift in there on the left mainly. And Grana coming off as well for the Strikers. Looks like they're bringing on another defender. Into the game is Flemington for the Power. We'll just double check our notes to see who's come into the game for the Strikers. So one for each side there. Looks like it's Cuscieri who's replaced Grana. There he is there on the touchline, about to get his first touch. He's played a lot of his season in defence or in defensive positions, so that was the change that we thought we might see. Central forward Grana out and Cuscieri in. And for the Power, Kai Flemington. He's scored a couple of goals already this season while he's into the game. For our left winger Ale there, who's had a good night, a good battle with Pickett. Gray gets inside the box. Off the foot of Harrison. No, in fact, it's come off the foot of Gray, so it's going to be a goal kick. More precious seconds tick away. Nodded on by Hamill. Champness. Champness, does he go on himself? He wants his left foot. He gets it through. He passes the keeper. 3-1 to the Strikers. Totally against the run of play. But Champness, has he just sealed the deal for the Strikers? Lovely little touch there. Turned Mundy inside out. And then he only had to beat the keeper, which he did. He slid it under Thurtell. And with class, he gives the Strikers a 2-0 lead with 7 minutes remaining in this Kappa Pro Series quarterfinal. Goodness me, what a goal. And I didn't see that coming, but that's been the Strikers all night. They've been happy to invite the pressure from the Power, and then they've been deadly on the counter-attack, and that was a great example. Another goal for Champness. That's his third goal in the Kappa Pro Series so far. He's also scored quite a few times in the Premier League as well, so his good season keeps getting better there. And now the Power really have to put the foot down, don't they? Goals against St George. In fact, a late winner against St George for Champness in the Kappa Pro Series, and a goal in the 3-1 win over Redlands as well. Gibbs looking for Hitchcock, who's now moved inside the box. Oh, there's a real tug of the shirt there. The ref lets it play. Maybe a bit of tugging from each side. Makwase, oh, pressures Knight just enough to win the corner. And they're going to get another look from the set piece here, the Power. A few players stretching out any potential cramps or tight muscles. Now is the time to make sure you're really sharp. As we mentioned all night, the Power, they don't need much of a sniff to be deadly, especially from set pieces. The Strikers are going to have to be on their game here. They are 3-1 up in the closing minutes of this encounter. The past 7 meetings between these sides, it's been the Power winning 6 with 1 draw. The Strikers haven't won against this team in recent memory. Is this the night? Knocked over. The bar, it just wasn't controlled. I think it was Gibbs who had the flying shot there. No, it was Joseph. He's had a couple of sniffs tonight, Joseph. Nothing's just clicked for him, unfortunately. This is over the back. And the Strikers are going to keep it alive. Mundy goes for a bit of a run. Turns Nesval inside out. Now Hitchcock lays it on to Joseph. To Gray, understandably, the Power want to get it moving quickly. McGowan. Can he inspire his team here from the back, McGowan? Does he need to shift himself forward? Here's Malini. Tapped on. Flemington. Can he make a difference? Off the post. The deflection almost lands at the feet of Joseph. Close, but no cigar. Now Makwase, he's got support. Comes inside, but Knight, cool, calm and collected, clears it out. Gowan wants to turn around and then turns around again. I think we've got Caden Turnbull on the field now as well. So the Power have made another sub. Low ball from Gray. And collected. Blimey, Flemington out of a pack of legs. Managed to get his shot onto the woodwork, but the bounce didn't go his or the Power's way. They're not going to go down without a fight here though, the Power. Now Champness. Fresh off a goal. Nesval. Nah, that pass won't work. Thurtell goes wide. Turnbull. Some fresh legs from the back. Makwase has had to come a long way up the field to get the ball. He's been really well held tonight, actually. Hitchcock. Looking for someone, but no one's there. Sanford Bell repels again. And Nesval, was he fouled? Yes, he was. Malini can't believe it, but I think that's fair enough. And a booking as well. So the substitute, he's been lively. And on that occasion, he fouled Nesval, so he's into the book. We've got Caden Turnbull on the field. I believe he may have come into the game for Kane Gibbs. We'll just confirm that for you when we can. Strikers have another lining up on the touchline as well. This ball will run out for a goal kick, and we are into the closing stages now officially. There's got to be a bit of added time on here, so all hope isn't lost just yet for the Power. This is a long ball from Thurtell. Nodded back comfortably there by Cuschieri. But Gray has the ball. Here's Malini. Across to Gibbs, who's still on the field. Makwase. Inside. Onto his left. Well had up by Pickett. Across the face. Nobody there. Champness against the head. Now to Gray. Hitchcock, can he turn his man? No, he can't. Good defence. Gray is there, as he's been all night on that right-hand side. Paul can't control it. Flemington. Now Joseph. Can Gray collect? Yes, he can. He gets his way through. Joseph with the ball at his feet. Knocked away in the end. Makwase gets it somehow. And Turnbull hits the top corner of the woodwork and flies out for a goal kick. Wowee. It was just scattering around in there, wasn't it? Makwase turned. I thought he might have a shot, but he teed up Turnbull perfectly. Unfortunately, again, another hit of the woodwork for the Power. It's the third time tonight. Flemington, Makwase, now Turnbull have all come off the wrong side of the post from their point of view tonight. But we've got Apollo Kabamba coming into the game. For Cooper Hine, who's put in a good shift down there at left back. A bit more time taken off the clock from the striker's point of view. Long head forward by McGowan. Gibbs. Wide to Gray. Joseph, is he onside? Yes, he is. Flicks it over. Flemington rises. Chaglashian fumbles, but nobody's at the drop of the ball. And we're into the 92nd minute. Strikers can smell it. They can taste a spot in the Pro Series semi-final, sorry. This would be a spot in the semi-final if they can hang on for a few more minutes here. Now coming forward is Gibbs. Makwase. Oh, lovely little back heel by Malini. Doesn't quite work, and Flemington has the ball stripped of him. Mundy does well to win it back, though. And Gibbs is going to reset once again. But he can't get it past Champness. Perhaps a bit of fatigue shown in that play. As Gibbs missed an easy ball, Champness slid over. And then the follow-up was missed by the Power. Gray wants to get it moving on to Hitchcock. Gray flicks it in, and Harrison clears. He's done that a lot tonight, Harrison. It's been a good night. That looks like a foul. It sure is. And Cuschieri, well, he's happy to give away the professional free kick. Take up a bit more time, and doesn't earn himself a yellow, but does give Reece Gray a chance to find several of his very tall teammates down there. McGowan, Mundy, Hitchcock, Flemington, they'll all be rising. Is there still hope for the team in blue? Don't forget Makwase, who's always floating around. Lovely ball by Joseph. Headed off, but a great save by Chaglashian. Gee, that was a lovely free kick. It just fell apart at the final hurdle. Kabamba goes without it. And the ball slides out of play. No, it doesn't. over the top, but too much for Makwase. And Chaglashin, what a good night he's had. This is another ball that's come forward on the overlap. Who's in the middle? Out the back door, nobody. And real end-to-end stuff now as we enter the 95th minute. Makwase onto his preferred right. Finds Joseph. Off the crossbar again. Flemington rises. And another save by Chaglashin. But not without a bit of fortune. And the Power, their 4th hit of the woodwork in the second half alone. They cannot believe it. It's just not been their night. Hitchcock, we play on. Paula sends Champness on a run. He's got some space. Tired legs out there now, that's for sure. He's happy to hold it up in the corner. Gray and Hitchcock come in. And that's going to be a free kick in favour of the Strikers and a yellow card against the name of Hitchcock. But it may all be a moot point now as we enter the 96th minute. Little thumbs down there from Sam Knight. He didn't seem too thrilled with the attention on his teammate. Certainly no complaints about the result from Hitchcock. He knew it was a yellow card. So despite 10 corner kicks and 4 shots rebounding off the woodwork tonight for the Power, looks like they're going to fall 2 goals short against the Brisbane Strikers, who have made the most of their opportunities, it's fair to say. And that'll do it. The Brisbane Strikers are into the Kappa Pro Series semi-finals after a 3-1 victory over the Peninsula Power. They've fought above their weight division tonight, the Strikers. 2 goals to Matt Nesval, and the sealer to Daniel Champness cancelled out the sole goal to Jose Hitchcock from the Peninsula Power. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's coverage. My name is Josh Shonafinger. This has been FQTV. Please join us for the rest of the quarterfinals and the semi-finals when they roll around. All the best.